Okay, in this video I'm going to take you through the steps on how to create challenge number 1, the shark attack in Scratch. So basically, if you click the green flag, you have a shark that you're going to control with your arrow keys, or if you are a gamer, you can code WASD, and a fish is going to pop up. And first of all, notice there's a background. Notice you can hear some bubble noises. Notice there's a scoreboard. So the shark is going to, every time a fish pops up, you have to try to get the fish before it disappears. And then I have mine set up where if I catch 5 fish, the game is over and you win. So let me just try to catch 5 really quickly so you can see how that happens. Let's see if I can get this one fast enough. There we go. And then you go to you win. Okay. So we're going to start out. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. You're going to click on the link to open Scratch. You should have created a Scratch account yesterday. So if you did not create a Scratch account yesterday, go back to the bell ringers. There is a link in the bell ringers for you to join my interactive media class. If you have a Scratch account from Intro to Computers and you know your login information, you are welcome to use that as well. Okay. So you're going to click create on the top, and then that will open a brand new document for you. And if you just give me a second, I'm looking at my second screen right now, and I'm going to pull up this assignment so I can kind of glance over and see some of the steps as we were working, so I don't have to keep going back and forth between. But so we did steps 1, 2, 3. We're going to name our game Shark Attack. So if you go in Scratch up here where it says Untitled, if you can type Shark Attack, and then you can hit Enter. Okay. Any characters in the game are called sprites. So this cat is this Scratch sprite. I'm going to just move this out of the way. And we're going to delete this. So you're going to hit this little, underneath this is called the stage, this area. Underneath the stage, you are going to click this little garbage can here. Are we sure we want to delete the sprite? Yes, we are. Okay. In the bottom right corner, you're going to see these 2 purple circles. If you float your mouse over them, you can see one is choose a sprite, one is choose a backdrop. Go ahead and click on the choose a sprite, and I want you to scroll down to the S's and find Shark 2. Shark 2. And then this shark is kind of big, so underneath your stage, it says the size is currently 100. Can you please change the size to 60? And then hit enter, and that will shrink your shark. Let's see, we're also going to put the fish in right now. So let's click on choose a sprite again, and then find the fish. So again, they're in alphabetical order, so go to the F's, get the fish, and we're going to change that size to 40. So under the stage, under size, type in 40, hit enter, and you will notice that your fish shrinks. Okay. Now we're going to choose a backdrop, an underwater backdrop. So again, in the bottom right corner, this time you're going to float your mouse over the purple circle that says choose a backdrop, and then click on it. And I want you to use one of the underwaters. So if you look at the top, there are these purple ovals. Find the one that says underwater and choose either one of these 2. I don't care which one you pick. Go ahead and choose one, and that gives you your backdrop. Okay. Remember when I played my game and I finished, I got the backdrop that said you win. So what we're going to do is right now, we're going to set up our backdrop that says you win, so that this way it's already done when we're ready to start actually creating our code. So again, watch my mouse. I'm going to go to the bottom right corner. Don't click on it, but float your mouse over the purple circle that says choose a backdrop and choose the paint or the pen. Okay, that's going to open up your backdrop where you can actually make your own. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Yeah, we can do it like this. That's fine. Okay. Under costume where it says backdrop 2, can you backspace that away and type the words you win? Then we know that that's the name of our backdrop. I am going to choose a color for my backdrop. So I'm going to put it somewhere in the blues. You don't have to do blue if you don't want to. I'm going to choose the rectangle button. I'm going to draw a big rectangle over my backdrop. Okay. Now I'm going to choose the T for text. Obviously I have to change the color because I can't have blue text and a blue background. So change your text color. You don't have many choices for fonts, but you have a few different choices. So go ahead and choose a font. Click on your backdrop and type the words you win. After you type the words you win, now if you go back to your toolbar over here on the left, we have our selection arrow. Click on that. You're going to see sizing handles come around the words you win. You can use the sizing handles to make the words bigger and to drag this in the center or wherever you want the words to be. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and before I exit out of this, I'm going to click on my underwater, because notice my stage right now shows you win. I'm going to click back on my underwater backdrop so that that's the one that is showing, okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some background music. So if you look in the top left corner, you're going to see 3 tabs: code, backdrops, and sounds. Can you go ahead and click on your sounds? The only sound loaded right now is pop. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but it's a quick pop. We want to find something that this is the sound that's going to be playing in the background the entire game. So I had bubbles. You can do something else, but notice in the bottom left corner, there's a little speaker. Go ahead and click on that, and it brings up all the different sound effects that are in Scratch. And if you wanted to hear one, you can float your mouse over the little play button, and it'll give you a sample. I used bubbles. So again, they're in alphabetical order. So if you just want to, if you don't have to use bubbles, by the way, you can use whatever you want. But if you want to scroll down to the bees, you should be able to find, you know what, they're not in alphabetical order. Oh yeah, they are. Here they are, bubbles. That's what I use. So I'm going to click on that. Now bubbles becomes part of my sound. Okay. We actually have to now create code so that sound actually plays. So again, those 3 tabs in the top left, go ahead and click on the one that says code. And you'll notice all these circles here. These are all our categories of blocks. Every time we start a thread of code, we always have to start with an event. So I'm going to click on event, and I'm going to say when the green flag is clicked. We usually start with that. Okay. And then we want this sound to repeat itself over and over and over again throughout our game. So we're going to go to the control. It's like the orange circle control, and we're going to use what's called a forever loop. Anything that's put inside the forever loop will repeat itself over and over and over as the game is going, okay? Well, what do we want to repeat? I'm going to go to the kind of pinkish sound category, and we want our sound, play bubbles until done, to repeat over and over. To test this, to make sure it's working, above your stage there is a green flag. Go ahead and click it, and you should hear whatever sound you inserted just continuously playing, okay? And then you can hit your red stop sign to stop that sound. Okay, now we want to make sure that every time our game begins that this underwater backdrop is the one that is showing and not the you win. So we're going to create code that basically says when the green flag is clicked, when someone starts the game, make sure the backdrop we see is underwater. This is a really simple one. Go to events, grab when green flag is clicked, go to looks, it's the purple category looks. And if you count, there it is, right at the top, switch backdrop to, well, we don't want it to be you win, so make sure you choose underwater. Yours will either say underwater 1 or underwater 2. Okay, and then we know that every time we click the green flag or restart our game, it'll show the underwater backdrop. Okay, all right, that's good. The next thing we want to do is we want to take a look at our shark, and we want to create code so that we can actually move our shark left, right, up, and down. So what I need you to do is underneath your stage you have 2 little squares. One has the shark on it, one has the fish. Click on the shark, and now we can create code for the actual shark. Okay, so I'm going to go to events, and I'm going to say when green flag is clicked. Okay, we want to use a forever loop, so go to control and put your forever loop in. I'm going to just make that a little bit bigger so you can see it easier. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we want to say if we press our up arrow, then the shark moves up. If we press the down arrow, the shark moves down. If we press the right arrow, the shark moves right. If we press the left arrow, the shark moves left. So these are called if-then statements, okay? So I'm actually just going to go off to the side for a second, and I'm going to take the if-then blocks, and I'm going to put 4 of them in a row. Okay? Because we're going to do one for left arrow, one for right arrow, one for up arrow, one for down arrow, okay? So can everybody please click, or can you, as you're watching my video, go to sensing, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th block down says key spacebar. You're going to take one of these. Ooh, I should probably show you this. You're going to see these empty hexagons. They can't be empty. They need something. Notice there's points on the side. The only type of block you can put inside here are blocks that have points on the side. The way to do it is you float your mouse over the hexagon until it's glowing. See how it's glowing? Glowing, not glowing, glowing, not glowing. When it's glowing, drop it in. I want you to put one of these in every hexagon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then let's do, instead of key space, I'm going to say right arrow. or I guess if you're a gamer, you can say the D key. Instead of space, I'm going to say left arrow. Instead of space, I'm going to say up arrow. And instead of space, I'm going to say down arrow. And again, you can use WASD if that's what you prefer. All right, so what do we want to happen if we press the right arrow? Well, we obviously want the shark to move right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to motion, okay? I want you to think about your stage as an X and Y axis, okay? Where you just can't see the numbers. Remember, if you're on the x-axis goes side to side. If you're the y-axis goes up and down. If you're at point 0, 0, anything to the right is positive, anything to the left is negative. If you're at 0, 0, anything up is positive, anything down is negative. So we're going to think about that, okay? So if we want to move right, if we want to key right, I'm going to, and we're in the blue motion, I'm going to scroll down a little, and because we're going right, that's the x-axis, I'm going to change x by 10, okay? I thought I changed it to 30, but I guess I'm going to leave it at that for right now. Now, if we want to go left, it's still the x-axis, but remember, if we're at point 0, 0, to the right is positive, to the left is negative, so we have to change this to negative 10. And now I'm doing up and down arrows. That's our y-axis. So when you find the block, you have to make sure you choose the one that says change y by positive 10 to go up, and change y by negative 10 to go down, okay? Now, we're going to take this, I'm going to put my mouse on the top block, right on the top, on the word if, and I'm going to squeeze this inside the forever loop. So now it's tucked inside the forever loop, okay? So that's kind of what it should look like. And then we're going to test it out. I'm going to press my green flag. I'm going to hit my right arrow, my shark goes right. I'm going to hit my left arrow, my shark goes left. My up arrow, my shark goes up. My down arrow, my shark goes down. If that is not working for you, you have to go over here and look to see if you messed up on some of these blocks, okay? The other thing that I'm not liking right now, I like that when I press my right arrow, the shark's face faces right, but if I press my left arrow, he's swimming backwards. That's not good. He's swimming up, he's swimming down. I think his face should face whatever direction that he is swimming. So we are going to create costumes for the shark. Costumes are not like Halloween costumes. Costumes are just a different look for a sprite. We're going to change costumes so that the shark is actually facing the direction that he's swimming. So watch where my mouse is going. Again, in the top left corner, we have 3 tabs: Code, Costumes, and Sounds. I want you to click on the Costumes. You're going to see 3 costumes for the shark. We're going to delete costumes 2 and 3. We don't need them. So select costume 2, and then click on this little garbage can to get rid of it. And then do the same for costume 3. Okay, whoops, there we go. And we're gonna, so notice our shark is facing right now for costume 1. So under the costume name, I'm going to the top left, it says shark 2-A. I'm gonna backspace that away, and I'm gonna type the word right because the shark's face is facing right, okay? Watch where my mouse is going, this little square that has the shark on it, I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna duplicate this, okay? I'm going to rename it. Instead of the word right to, I'm going to backspace that away, and I'm going to type the word left, because now our shark is going to face left. Well, how is that going to happen? We're going to flip horizontal. Well, look it, now our shark is facing left. So the one that says right, he faces right. The one that says left, he faces left. I'm going to duplicate again. Instead of left to, I'm going to backspace that away and say up. Now, we can't just flip vertical because that just turns him on his belly. So here's what we have to do. Make sure your selection arrow is selected. Just like in 3D modeling, I'm going to draw a big rectangle around the shark so he's selected. If you want, you can, up here at the top, you can group it together. And then notice the 2-sided rotation arrow under at the bottom. I'm going to rotate up so the shark is facing up. Okay? Once you do that, you can duplicate your up, go up to the top, and instead of up to, backspace that away and call it down. And now you can either rotate or now you can flip vertical and your shark will face down. So you should have a right, a left, an up, and a down. Okay? Now we're going to have to go back to our code. I'm going to click right so he's facing right. I'm going to go back to my code tab in the top left corner. And underneath change X, change Y, we're going to slip a block into each one of those. And if you go to the purple looks category, it's going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth block down says switch costume to. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide it right under the blue. So it should say blue and purple right in a row on each of these. Blue and purple, switch costume, and switch costume. Okay, now we can't have them all say down. It has to match whatever word is in this blue block. So this one says key right arrow, so I need to switch costume to right. This one says key left arrow, so I'm going to switch this costume to left. This one says key up arrow, so I'm going to switch this costume to up. And this one says key down arrow, so we're going to leave it down. Before you go any further, let's test it out, make sure it works. So I'm going to click my green flag. When I press the right arrow, my shark's face faces right. When I press left arrow, it faces left. When I go up, it faces up. When I press down, it faces down. I'm going to hit my stop sign to stop. Okay. If yours doesn't work, please go through this code and make sure that all of your blocks look exactly like mine. So pause the video for a second, just double check that everything is exactly the same, okay? All right, I'm going to move on. We're going to create code that resets the location of the shark when the game begins. So the first thing I want you to do is take your mouse, put it on the shark, and drag the shark to where you want it to be when your game begins. We can all have a different place, and that's perfectly fine. I also want you to hit either your up, right, left, or down arrow so that your shark is facing the direction. Whoops, I got to turn it on first. So your shark is facing the direction. Did you notice I just hit the green flag? I hit my right arrow because I want my shark facing right when the game begins. If you want your shark facing up, hit the green flag, press the left arrow, then your stop sign. Or if you want it facing left, hit the green flag, do left, then the stop sign. Whatever way you want your shark facing when your game begins, when your player starts your game, click the green flag, put it in that direction, hit your stop sign, and then drag your shark to where you want it to be when the game begins. Okay, so maybe I want my shark right here. Okay, I'm going to take you down below your stage, and I want you to notice the number that's in X position and Y position. Remember, your stage is a piece of graph paper and X, Y axes. I moved my shark to 0 on the X axis and 9 on the Y axis. Again, yours can be completely different, and that's okay, but that is the point where my shark is currently located, 0, 9 on my coordinate plane. So I'm going to start a new thread of code. I'm going to go to events. I'm going to say when green flag is clicked. The first thing we want to make sure of is that our shark is actually showing up on our stage. So I'm going to go to the purple looks category, and if you scroll down a little, you're going to see a purple block that says show. Okay. And then, in my case, I want my costume to be facing right, so I'm going to stay in the purple blocks. I'm going to go towards the top. I'm going to find switch costume to. And again, this is where you choose if you want your shark facing up, down, left, or right. I'm choosing right, but you don't have to. I'm going to go to blue motion, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth block down says go to a specific XY position. Notice mine says 0, 9 because that's what it says below my stage. And then we are going to create, we need a scoreboard so that we earn a point every time we catch a fish. As of right now, there are no blocks that have the word score on them, so we need to create a block that says score. So I'm going to look down here and find the dark orange category that says variables. Okay, at the top of this section there's a white rectangle that says make a variable. Go ahead and click on that, and I want you to type the word score, leave it for all sprites, and then click OK. When you do that, if you look at your stage, you now have a scoreboard on your stage. If for some reason you wanted to not have your scoreboard showing up, I don't know why you would turn it off at this point, but over here in your blocks, notice there's a blue check mark next to score. If you uncheck it, your scoreboard disappears, or you can put it back on. Okay, I want you to take the block that says set my variable to 0, but instead of my variable, say score. What we just said here, what we just created is we said when the green flag is clicked, which means when the game begins, the shark will show up on our stage. It will be facing in the direction of right. It will be at the exact location of the coordinate 0, 9 on our coordinate plane, and our score will always be reset to 0 to start the game, which is how it should be, okay? Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to start dealing with our fish, okay? You should have your fish over here, because what we want the fish to do is, because we're trying to catch the fish, we want the fish to appear, then disappear. Appear somewhere else, disappear. Appear somewhere else, disappear. But We don't want it to just be like appear, disappear in a pattern. We want it to appear really fast, then disappear maybe for a longer time, then appear longer time and disappear, and we want it all to be completely random. So everything is random, so whoever's playing our game cannot predict where our fish is going to appear, when it will appear, how long it will stay on the stage, and so on. Okay, first thing I need you to do is underneath your stage, remember we have two squares, one has a shark, one has a fish. Go ahead and click on the fish. Your coding area is going to be blank because we haven't put any code in the fish yet. This is going to be our first thread of code for the fish, so it will be blank. Let's go to events and do when green flag clicked. Okay, we want a forever loop, so let's go to control and put a forever loop. Okay, the first thing we want the fish to do is to show up. So let's go to our purple looks category, slow down and put show inside the forever loop. Now, we want it to stay up on the stage for a random amount of time. Okay, so if you go to the orange control, notice the top block says wait 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to put that, notice how I put that directly under show. We don't want it to just come up for 1 second. We want it to be random. So there is a green category called operators, and there is a long block called pick random 1 to 10. I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to float it over the number 1 circle, 1 second circle, until it glows. Notice it's glowing, and I'm going to drop that in there. Now, if we kept the fish on the stage anywhere from 1 to 10 seconds, anybody can catch a fish in 10 seconds. It's way too long. So I'm going to say 1 to 3 seconds. And you can always adjust this if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave mine on the stage for 1 to 3 seconds. And then I'm going to go back to the looks category, and I'm going to find the little block that says hide. So it'll stay on the stage for 1 to 3 seconds, and then it will hide. While it's hiding, I want it to do 2 things. Okay, I want it to move to a random location and stay hidden for a random amount of time. So I'm going to go to my blue motion, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th block down says glide 1 second to a random position. We don't need a whole second for it to glide while it's hiding, so I'm going to say 0.5. And then I'm going to go back to control and do my wait 1 second. Notice I'm putting everything under the stuff it was under that had previously been placed in the block sequence. And then I'm going to go back to operators and do a pick random again, float it over the 1 second block, and change it to 1 to 3 seconds. Okay, here's what we just created. When the game starts, when the green flag is clicked, forever or continuously throughout the game, the fish will show up on the stage for anywhere between 1 and 3 seconds. Then it will hide. While it's hidden, it will glide to a random position on the stage, we have no idea where, for another 1 to 3 seconds. It'll stay hidden, and then it loops and starts over again. So go ahead and click your green flag, and you should see that happening. Your fish will appear, it will disappear. It will appear. Where's my fish? Oh, there it is. Okay, it appears for anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds. It disappears for anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds. It appears for anywhere between 1 and 3 seconds. It disappears, and then it's always coming in a different spot. That's exactly what should happen. Okay. We're going to create code to reset the fish so it's hidden when the game starts. We want to make sure the fish is hiding when the game starts. This is a nice, easy one. Can you go to events and say when green flag is clicked? Go to looks, scroll down a little bit, and choose the block that says hide. So the fish will be hidden when the game starts. Okay, I have to stop right here because I have to go teach. So I am going to continue this video in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. Let's see if I can pause it. I think I can. I think I have to stop it and start a new video. So I might just stop it and start a new video. Okay.